People who actually like their jobs. What do you do for a living? I work for Costco. I like 80% of my job. Those peeps pay super well. Search and rescue. Feels like I'm actually doing something with my life, making a difference. I am a park ranger. Just me and the trees. I have so many questions about that job. How does one get into it? What are days really like? That sort of thing. The ones at the parks near me seem like they spend the day manning a booth and, I assume, cleaning bathrooms. I would love to spend my days outdoors. Not a park ranger but. Right, have a friend who is. There are different types of rangers. Interpretive rangers chill in booths, give tours, etc., while law enforcement rangers tend more towards roaming the backwoods. I know a few, and one got hired with a BS in education and is an intrep doing office work, booth work, visitors center stuff and loving it, and the other has a BS in STEM, did a law enforcement program for like 10 months and is backwoods mostly patrolling, writing tickets, and rescuing people. Military and minorities get priority for hiring, and most people seem stuck in seasonal positions until they have a certain number of hours, so it can be nomadic and financially rough. But the job is cool and benefits are great. Ski patrol. I make shit money and live a dirtbag lifestyle, but I get to spend 130 days a year on skis. Living the dream. Lucky you. Damn, I can barely remember how good skiing felt. Please try to go skiing. I moved to a country with no snow 5 years ago, but I managed and will go for New Year's to Austria for skiing. I really can't wait. I hope you manage to go skiing too. Fabrication at a company that sells products for haunt attractions and escape rooms. Ooh, that sounds like a lot of fun. I read your ooh in a ghoulish tone for some reason. For the railroad as a signalman, I work at a small station, so I am alone all shift, can browse Reddit, don't need to deal with office drama, and if no train is on my section of the line I can watch Netflix. What railroad, what state, and how many years have you been in? I'm a furloughed conductor from the up, and it seems all railroads are tanking right now. Deutsche Bahn, Germany, Bavaria. Been with the railroad for just 2 years now but don't plan on changing careers. With the current eco-friendly push in Germany we get literally billions to invest, and it really is needed. My equipment is from the 1940s, also we will have personnel problems coming up. Sign literally 60% of my coworkers are over 63. HVAC technician. I basically walk into your house to pet your dogs. Haha. My dogs and I have definitely met you. Wildlife biologist. Long hours, shit pay, but amazing experiences that I usually enjoy waking up for. Industrial designer. I draw, model, 3D print, and make products. My whole life is about creativity and I have a blast. There's more to it than a sentence, but I honestly never feel like it's work, I love it. Librarian. I freaking love my job. I love to read, and love the smell of books and paper. I love the wealth of information I read, and I love to help people find answers in my resources or just doing research myself. My library is focused on education research. I love my job, but sometimes it's the people I can't stand. I'm a postman. I love it. I'm outside, I'm on my own. I've been a waiter, sales assistant, call center agent, car booking agent, office administrator. I've done my share of shitty jobs to really appreciate the simplicity, the hours and ease of the job. Granted, this time of year is crazy and the weather is nasty. But damn, I've had worse jobs. Legal for a toy company. All my law school friends are stressing for billable hours while I look at action figure packaging. Okay, now I'm curious. What would be an illegal toy package? Or do you just make sure all the little TM and copyright marks are in their proper places? Not just a law student, but I would imagine it would involve things like product safety warnings, compliance with labeling regulations, avoiding copyright infringement and things like that. I count boxes. I'm a goods-in operative in a warehouse. It pays enough to cover my bills and give me spending money each week, and I live pretty simply. Sure, it might not be my vocation, it might not be anything fancy, or even afford me a middle-class standard of living. But I've got 40 hours a week contracted, 1.5x for overtime, which is usually pretty abundant. I get no hassle from management, and in fact get a fair amount of respect as they know I'll get shit done without pissing and moaning about it. I can afford to maintain a nice studio apartment all by myself without having to look at house sharing, or living in sketchy areas. I wake up, do the day's labor, then go home. No stress, no fuss, no expectation beyond hitting my laughably low productivity targets. I get an extra day's holiday per year of service, currently sitting on 23. As the site closes on bank holidays, I get multiple weeks of full sick pay, and the job itself is hilariously easy. Sure, it can be a little dull at times. But I'm physically active all day, and there's always jobs to be done somewhere. I work in a nursing home. People think I'm crazy for loving it, but it's honest and rewarding, and making someone's day makes mine. I do get paid peanuts though. I work in a nursing home too, and I absolutely love it. I'm a nurse, and so many people seem to feel bad for me or wonder why I don't work in a hospital. It bothers me, because I find my work extremely rewarding. I'd rather go to a job I love than work somewhere that I don't like just for a few dollars more an hour. I work from home designing metro, long haul, and submarine fiber optic telecommunications networks. How'd you get into submarine fiber optic work? I'm currently a fiber tech and want to learn more. Kinda just fell into it honestly. I was a fresh college grad with an engineering degree and posted my resume on CareerBuilder over a decade ago. A recruiter snapped me up along with some other fresh graduates for my former company to train us by having us shadow the senior staff. It involved travel 80% of the time, doing test and turn up while working an 84-hour work week. I put in my time, worked hard, and learned a bunch before moving to another vendor and being able to work from home with more reasonable hours. I've just started a new job as a planetary scientist, looking for signs of life or geological activity in the atmosphere of Mars. It must suck to not even be able to tell someone what you do for a living without seeming to be humblebragging. How did you end up getting into that field? The problem is more that people have so little concept of what your work actually involves that they see you as this kind of weird exotic genius. Either that, or they inevitably tell you that you're Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory. In any case, it can be a surprisingly isolating feeling at times. I did a physics degree in undergrad, and then I did a PhD studying the atmospheres of Jupiter, Saturn. I wash dishes. Sounds lame, but it isn't. I get the same schedule every week and it's good hours. I make more than minimum wage. I get bonus checks on holidays and have other benefits like insurance and more PTO than my state mandates. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. We're allowed to wear earbuds at work and listen to music as long as we keep one earbud out for safety reasons. I have really great managers, and all my coworkers are great people who are just a treat to work with. Seriously, they're like family. It's awesome. I love being around them. I get $14 free to spend on food every day that I'm at work, so 5 days a week. It's really, really good food. I've tried nearly everything we sell, and I haven't yet tried something I didn't love. It's really good food. There's so much more, but in the interest of time I'll leave it here. I own a sign business, run from my basement. I get to show up for work in my pajamas if I want, get to choose the clients I do business with, and get to be creative on a daily basis. I don't make quite as much as I used to working for others, due to taxes, but I've never been happier and more at peace. My business is growing, triple from last year, and we are looking to expand to some online sales soon. I'm an airline pilot. Love it. I don't know what else I would do. Molecular virology. Make sure bad stuff stays out of the US, and if it gets in, we react extremely quickly. Teach 6th grade geography. This is my 20th year, love it. I'm a server in a restaurant owned by a celebrity chef. Only work 32 to 34 hours a week. Consistently make about $1,400 per week before taxes. 401k is matched. Eat 2 meals prepared by professional chefs every day I work. Bring home free bottles of wine to study so I'm capable of describing it to our guests. Only work nights so I sleep until at least noon every day. Yes, a question I can answer. I'm a janitor. I love being a janitor. Why? Because I have OCD. I love cleaning. I don't care about poop or mess anywhere. I will clean it. I want things to shine and look amazing. I'm so happy too because I have a state job as a janitor. So I don't make regular pay. And that makes me even happier. I feel so relieved going home knowing my building is spotless clean. Wanna know the best part? Since I clean trash a lot, I find some amazing throwaway. Someone threw away an old stereo and I took it home to make it into a nice decoration. Another plus side is since I clean out the recycling bin, I can take home the cans and bottles to recycle for extra money. It's so awesome. I clean at work and get paid well. Then I go home and clean some more. Another plus is no one talks to me. Occasionally people say hi and I do too. But no one talks to me, so I can listen to my favorite podcast all day. Software developer. I like my job about 60% of the time. I feel like it's hard to ask for more than that, really. Only 40% of your day is spent in meetings. Lucky. I work in the fraud department of a large bank. I don't do the investigative work anymore. I deal with compliance, regulatory issues, gaps in our processes, internal and external audits, etc. It sounds boring, and it is at times. But I like that my department is so small and close-knit. There's no real micromanaging. It's very much a culture where you can do whatever you want as long as you get your job done. It's still somewhat new, and the things we're working on are constantly changing. We also get to work with a lot of different people from a lot of different areas of the business. It's a good way to network and to help figure out where you want to go in your career. I am an on-call bioarchaeologist. I go to incredible places few in this world get to see. I look at human bones to analyze who they may be and why they are there. I have been on high mountaintops and deep into caves. No one cares if I look clean and neat because I have no one to impress. In fact, it is preferred I return from a site covered in mud and dirt. I work hard, sleep well, and sometimes get invited to colleges to speak to students interested in archaeology. I publish my research and present my adventures at academic conferences. Like all archaeologists, I am poor as can be, but what I lack in financial gains is more than balanced by spreading knowledge. Fly private jets for wealthy folks. Seems like 40,000 feet would be a good place to ask for a raise. You have a lot of leverage in that situation. I do on-set props in television and film. The hours are nuts, but I get to work with some awesome people on some awesome projects. I work as a case manager for an eviction prevention program in my local government. Basically, I hand out free money, $2,000 per family, to people who are incredibly stressed out and hoping for a miracle. I get to ensure that people stay in their homes, and I help them find access to affordable child care, better employment, and food. I often work with teachers, single moms, veterans, and the elderly. People are so incredibly grateful and sweet, and I love being the person who gets to call and say, "Good news. You get to stay in your home and your next month of rent is covered." They often cry, which then makes me cry, and the best part is I get to manage their case for another 3 months to set them up for success. Bonus, the presentation I created for our program is being shown in Washington, D.C. next summer, and we might help encourage other states to hop on board. I'm an anesthesiologist and professor. Reasonable hours, good money, enough challenge, and I enjoy the students. I'm a librarian in an academic library. I get to interact with students and faculty, help them find the research tools or resources they need, train them in how to use cool stuff, and generally help make their experience here better. It's the best job I've ever had, by far. I nanny. I play, I make up games, I read awesome books out loud. I come up with art projects. I sing loudly in the car. I comfort and cuddle kids. I talk to growing minds about what's going on in the world. We talk about their day. What was good, what was hard. I get to tease them. I watch their performances. I make dope snacks. I watch soccer games. Overall, it's a really fun job, but the most important thing is finding the right family. I'm a party princess. I dress up and act as a princess at children's birthday parties. I always loved signing and somewhat acting, so it's great to put these skills to use. I also love making children smile. It's great job for me because it's part-time and not always at the same time every weekend, so as a student it's the perfect job. I also like the fact that for every party I have almost no idea what to expect. It keeps me on my toes and my improv skills sharp. I design fancy custom cakes. I wish I was paid more, and I can sometimes get tired of Pikachu, but just as often I get to design something intricate and/or super dope. I work at a cemetery and live there rent-free and love it. Cut grass in summer, rake leaves in fall, and maintenance. Mostly landscape work. It's quiet and nobody ever bothers you. I make my own hours, can take a 2-hour lunch if I want. As long as the place is clean, the board of directors don't care. Best part is I live in the shed free of charge, go to the gym every day to work out and take a shower. No stress lifestyle. Sometimes I stay at my girlfriend's place when I have one. Go out bowling with the guys a couple nights a week in leagues. Sports bars for the games. I'm living an Uncle Buck life and love it. Have over 7 figures in investments. IRAs and stocks. Go to Hawaii or Key West, Florida in the winter.